français?
Did the officer go over what your nationality is? What's your nationality? Benjamin? Okay. You guys are from Trinidad? Okay, okay. All right. Yeah, that's fun enough. So look, you guys you believe in Jesus? What does Christ look like? What does Christ look like? How do you know? What about Sabbath? When is the Sabbath? Saturday, right? So if the Sabbath day is Saturday, do you know what laws we're supposed to keep on the Sabbath? Is it because of what he went over? Okay, so what are we supposed to do on the Sabbath? Okay, so what are you guys doing out here?
Shopping, relaxation.
Is that against the law?
Technically,
Technically,
yes.
yes, but
Technically, yes, because
give me grace. You said it's relaxation to you, but give me Acts 5:29. You say it's relaxation to you. I understand what you're saying. It might be relaxing to go and shop or whatever, but the Lord said that on the Sabbath day you're supposed to rest. So it's not based off of how you want to do it. He's going to dictate how you're supposed to rest. So now we're going to read this.
Acts chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
He said we got to obey God rather than man. So we shouldn't be worried about the way we feel about keeping the Sabbath. The Lord already dictated that, give me Nehemiah 10. That in Nehemiah, we're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath. We're not supposed, well, in Nehemiah 10, we're not supposed to be buying and selling on the Sabbath day. You understand? That's a sin. That's not relaxation for God on the Sabbath day. He said you're not supposed to be doing any of that. You're supposed to be congregating. You're supposed to be learning the law, statutes, and ordinances, and congregating with other like-minded Israelite men and women.
That's right. Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land.
So he said if the people of America, the people of Jacksonville, Florida, if they bring what?
Bring where?
If they bring where, meaning items, articles of clothing, right. A hat, jewelry, where, right? Read.
Or any victuals on the Sabbath day.
Any victuals, meaning any type of food, if they got ices, if they got hot dogs, on the Sabbath day, which is which day? Which is Saturday today, right? What are we supposed to do?
To sell that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
Don't buy it from them on the Sabbath.
Right.
Why? Because it's a holy day. It's a day that's set aside.
That's
the
right.
Lord already said beforehand, give me that in Titus 2, that we have a time of grace period. We have a grace period. The time to get stuff right. You know what I'm saying? You pay bills, right? How old are you? Okay, I thought 14, so you don't pay no bills. But when you get to paying bills, sometimes you might be, you might be down on your luck. You ain't got no money, right? And the bill is still due on the 1st. Rent is still due by the 1st. Right. But guess what? Most landlords, what they'll do is just be like, okay, I ain't trying to kick you out, you haven't been doing anything wrong or whatever. You're usually on point. I'm gonna give you a grace period of 1 week. By next week, you need to have that money. Am I correct? That's what happens. So with the grace period, you still have to pay it back. You just have some time to get your money straight. Right. The Lord is doing the same thing for us. We're still his people. He never invited the other nations. Right. The Lord is only for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
He never at any point said, okay, well now, because my people wanted to go off, you can invite the white folk that put you in slavery. You can invite the Arabs that sold you. You can invite the Chinese that made you build the Great Wall. He never said that. What he said was you have a time period to get yourself right. You understand what I'm saying, my brother? We have a time period to get ourselves right. You understand that? That's grace. Read that.
Titus chapter 2 verse 11.
What's your name, by the way?
Just check it out.
Sabian? Okay, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Ocala. What's your nationality? Because right now we have my sister and my brother right here, they're from the tribe of Benjamin. I myself is from Benjamin, so I'm from Jamaica. This goes by the nationality of your father. So if your father is a black man, if he an African American, if he from Nigeria, or if from Ghana, someplace like that, you're from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
If your father is Haitian, you're from the tribe of Levi, so on and so forth.
Right.
Where's your father's from? Okay, that's not a problem. What about you? Judah. Okay, good. And there's nothing wrong with that because many of us, many black people, right? Blacks and Native and Hispanics, we don't know our parents or our fathers usually. So there's nothing wrong with that, but we're going to get to that. Read that.
Titus 2 and verse 11. But the grace of God that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men.
Right, so the grace of God appeared to us. That's the all men that he's referring to, the Israelites. For a time for us to get ourselves right. But let's see what the purpose of grace. Read.
Teaching us that denying ungodliness.
So the purpose of grace, because we all think we all say we have grace, right? We grew up in the church, the Baptist church, the Pentecostal church, so on and so forth, and we were taught we're under grace, so we don't need to keep the law.
Right.
That's not true. He said the purpose of grace was to deny ungodliness.
Right.
Meaning to deny sin. So it's the time period to get yourself right.
That's
because
right.
we still owe ourselves as a living sacrifice to the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Read.
Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust.
And to deny worldly lust. Now let me ask y'all, do any of y'all smoke? Nobody smokes? Nobody smokes weed at all? Nothing. Okay. All right, good. You guys have girlfriends? You have a girlfriend? Okay, that's good. That's good. You? What about you? Nobody has a girlfriend. Okay, good. All right. I already talked to you about the Sabbath day. But let me ask y'all this. Because you said you have a wife, right? Does your wife wear pants? Who does pants belong to? It belongs to the man, right? So if pants belongs to the man, why are women wearing pants? Is it cool for dudes to wear dresses? Nah, that's not cool. You shouldn't be doing that. We know that's crazy. If you sit there and see any man walking around in a dress, what are you gonna think about it? That's it. You think they gay. So why is it that a woman can wear pants? There's a disconnect. Read that.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5.
Right, so it's a law. Moses gave us. Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
You hear that, my brother? He said the woman, what's your name? Tay? Okay, Tay. Tay. The woman shouldn't be wearing that what pertains to a man, which is what? Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
What's a woman's garment? A dress. So if men can't wear dresses and women can't wear pants, what are women supposed to be wearing? Dresses. What are men supposed to be wearing? Now let's go to 1 Timothy 2. 1 Timothy 2, read that. 1 Timothy 2:9. Because what type of dress is a woman supposed to be wearing? Think about it. Because obviously it can't be a dress where it's tight and whatnot, like they go to the club or whatever. That's not modest. They're supposed to be dressing like princesses. Us, we're a nation of kings and priests.
Right.
We're royalty.
Right.
We act like niggas and spick today, but that's not what we are.
Right.
I know she goes. Listen to this while you walk away though.
1 Timothy 2 and verse 9.
That's one.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So Tay, it's a good thing that you're married. That's an honorable thing because the Lord doesn't deal with boyfriend and girlfriend relationships. And let me ask you, is your wife, is she so-called black and white? Okay, good. That's an honorable thing because we're only supposed to marry within our nation. We shouldn't be sitting there trying to marry the other nation. The Lord said we're better than them. Why would you sit? Since when do you see the royalty mess with the common folk? That don't make no damn sense. Why the hell are we doing it? You know what I'm saying? But I know she cold. So you take out but make sure that your wife is wearing the dress.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So in like manner also, women are supposed to dress in modest apparel. What is modest apparel? What does that mean? Right. Cover yourself.
Trinidad, you know, of course you wear the long pants, long dresses to your knees.
Yes. A lot of
you don't wear so much.
Right. Now, a lot of people in the islands, they were definitely doing that decades back, like maybe about 30, 40 years back. Nowadays, ain't nobody do that. Nowadays, everybody's influenced by America, really, and got women wearing pants. Things like that. You're not supposed to do that. You understand?
With shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
So it doesn't mean that you can't have on jewelry. You can, but the woman shouldn't be all about it. When you get to being of age, 20 years old, that's when you're actually a man, right? So in the next 6 years or so. And when you're actually looking for a wife, of course, before then you need to have what? Huh?
Girlfriend?
He said before he gets a wife, he has to have a girlfriend. Let's find out. Let's get it. Exodus 22. That's what I want, right? Exodus 22. Because think about it, if you have a girlfriend, right, what are you going to be doing with her? Huh? Okay, be more blunt. Your mom already know how you think you got here. What is it? Right, you be having sex with it, right? You're not supposed to be doing that. Not until you're married. Are you married? Then, okay. Are you a widow? Let's read that. Wait, were you ever married to his father? Okay, you got more to talk about. Let's read.
Exodus 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid.
So if a man sits there and spits game to a woman, right, to a sister, he's talking to her. She feeling what he's talking about, right? She understands, oh, he want to get it in. And she's willing to let it happen. She's willing to get knocked up. Read.
That is not betrothed.
And she's not promised to anyone. Read.
And lie with her.
And they actually have sex and lie with her. Read.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
The law says he must make her his wife. So we shouldn't have cases where, like for example, your mother, where your father and her were not married. That should not exist. It's not just her. That happens all throughout our community. You know what I'm saying? My parents only got married because I was on the way. That was it. So in that regard, yes, in that regard, I'd have been a mistake. I wasn't planned for that. You understand? That's the same thing for many of our people. That's out of order. The point is today with you, are you a virgin? With you, it's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with being a virgin. You're supposed to be.
That's
right. You're not supposed to have already had anybody before you got married. That includes kissing. That includes fellatios, which is oral sex. None of that stuff. You shouldn't be doing any of that. That's the reason why you're supposed to get married later on. But you have to have patience. You understand what I'm saying? Read that again.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
Listen up, bro. Hey, my brother right here. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a girlfriend?
You got a wife.
You got a wife? That's good.
And lie with her. He shall surely.
My brother and sister, pay attention.
And lie with her. He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Heard that? You say, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Meaning they must get married. Now that's Hebrews 13 and 4.
Hebrews 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable in all. It didn't say anything about girlfriend and boyfriend. Girlfriend and boyfriend is not supposed to exist. That's fornication.
Right.
That's adultery. That's sin. God doesn't like that. Read.
And the bed undefiled.
And the bed is undefiled when they're married. When they're married and they have sex, that's good. Because it's between a man and his wife. That's honorable. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
God is going to judge all the whoremongers and the adulterers, those that sleep outside of marriage. Sleep with a woman or sleep with a man outside of marriage. You're going to be judged with what? Deuteronomy 28:61. What is going to happen? Say it again. Okay, death. But before death, what usually takes place? If you have multiple sex partners. Exactly, disease. Like what? What is some type of disease? Right. But guess what? If you just had one person that you were married to, neither one of you done touched anybody, would you have to worry about that? No. Read.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law.
So all the other sicknesses and plagues ain't written in the book. You know, gonorrhea is not in there. Syphilis ain't in there. You know what I'm saying? AIDS, that's not written in the Bible. All of that, God's gonna do what?
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
The Lord said he's gonna bring that upon us until we're destroyed. Why? Because we didn't want to listen. We want to be disobedient. We wanted to follow after our own lust and have sex with everybody. The Lord said you're not supposed to be doing that. Every man is supposed to have one wife. Every woman is supposed to have one husband. That's it.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word,